Hello Cowboys Nation, welcome to another video, and without further ado, let's get to another round of news from America's team. Dallas Cowboys legend Troy Aikman rips team's wide receivers. The criticism surrounding the Dallas Cowboys continues to ramp up, and this time it's coming from one of the team's legends. Hall of Fame quarterback Troy Aikman ripped into the team's wide receivers for their effort this season, and he did not mince his words. Aikman made the comments during an appearance on 96.7 The Ticket. "I think the routes are terrible. I think they run terrible routes. And I've thought that beyond this year. I think Ceedee, Lamb, has got to improve in his route running," Aikman said, via John Machota of The Athletic. "As a quarterback, if you're not certain where guys are going to be consistently, it's hard to play the position. That's what I see. I see guys lazy coming off the line of scrimmage. Sometimes they run, usually if they do, it's because they're anticipating they're going to get the football on that play, but if they're not, they don't. And it all ties together. I'm not impressed with that part of it." He also clarified that his thoughts are not any indication of what quarterback Dak Prescott is saying. "I just finished watching the Baltimore Ravens because I have them this week. You put on film of theirs and watch their receivers run routes and they come off the football, so does San Francisco's and Green Bay's and others." He continued, "But it's hard to play the QB position if you're not certain how guys are going to run routes or where they're going to be. And I'm not speaking for Dak Prescott. Dak may say, 'Hey, I think their routes are amazing.' But as a former quarterback watching it, it's gotta get a lot better." Dallas is currently on a much-needed bye week as the team looks to regroup and improve for what will be a crucial stretch of the season. Jerry Jones meltdown, all part of Cowboys' plan, according to Chase Daniel. It was not a good week for Cowboys owner Jerry Jones. After his team was obliterated by the Detroit Lions on his 82nd birthday, Jones made headlines by seemingly threatening to have radio hosts fired for questioning his off-season decisions. But was the radio saga just a brilliant move by Jones? That's what former NFL player Chase Daniel thinks. Although most concluded that Jones simply took out some of his frustration about the Cowboys on the 105.3 The Fan hosts of Sean and RJ, Daniel thinks Jones was actually helping his team after the most lopsided Dallas home loss since 1988. "Jerry is a businessman, and he knows exactly what he's doing," Daniel said on the Scoop City podcast with Diana Rossini. "You have a 3-3 franchise. You're coming off the most embarrassing loss you've had in quite some time. You're on a bye week. You have a horrible defense. Dak is turning the ball over. You can't run the football. The coach is the talk of the town. Jerry goes, 'Hey, you know what? Bring it on me. Take all the stuff away from everything that's going on. Jerry's done this before, guys, let's be real. He's a genius businessman, and what are we all talking about? Jerry Jones. He just took all the pressure off of Dak, all the pressure, just for the time being, all the pressure off Mike McCarthy, and said, 'Hey, put it on me. I can handle it. I'm a big boy.'" Cowboys' home losing streak continued with Lions blowout. If there ever was a time for a diversion, it would have been this week. After earning a come-from-behind win against the Pittsburgh Steelers on Sunday Night Football on October 6, the Cowboys entered their Week 6 matchup against the Lions with a great chance to enter their bye week riding high on a 3-game win streak. Instead, Dallas suffered the biggest home loss since Jones built AT&T Stadium and one of the most embarrassing defeats since Jones became the owner of the Cowboys in the late 1980s. Dallas, which has the week off before heading to Santa Clara for a primetime matchup with the San Francisco 49ers next week, is now 3-3 and still winless at home. The Cowboys' 2024 season began with a big win over the Cleveland Browns, who, at the time, seemed to be a potential playoff contender. But the Cowboys, who were 8-0 in Arlington during the regular season last year, were then blown out at home by the New Orleans Saints. The 25-point loss to New Orleans in Week 2 was the first of 3 Cowboys defeats at AT&T Stadium to start the season. Including their wild card loss to the Green Bay Packers in January, Dallas has lost its last 4 home games. Its next chance to get a win on home turf will be November 10th when the Philadelphia Eagles come to town. Cowboys linked to former $25 million coach as Mike McCarthy's replacement. Tension is mounting with the Dallas Cowboys, which puts head coach Mike McCarthy's future in doubt. McCarthy is on the final year of his contract with Dallas, but the team's 38-point loss to the Detroit Lions created immediate questions about the coach heading into the bye week. Cowboys owner Jerry Jones has been adamant that there will not be a coaching change during the season. Given McCarthy's uncertain contract status, the Dallas front office could simply opt to move in a different direction for 2025 by not re-signing the coach. One name that continues to be linked to the Cowboys is former New England Patriots head coach Bill Belichick. Yahoo Sports' Jordan Schultz reported that there is buzz around the league that Belichick could eventually replace McCarthy in Dallas. While owner Jerry Jones remains committed to Mike McCarthy, many around the league wonder if Dallas could become the primary landing spot for Bill Belichick this offseason, should the Cowboys decide to make a change, Schultz detailed in an October 13, 2024, message on X. According to multiple sources, Belichick has a really great relationship with the Jones family. McCarthy is in the final year of his contract, and Dallas is 3-3 this season, with all 3 losses coming at home. There are 2 potential roadblocks that would seem to be a hindrance for the Cowboys hiring Belichick. Would the 6-time Super Bowl champ willingly sign up for the circus that comes with being in Dallas? Jerry Jones is the rare owner that has multiple media appearances each week. Jones even gives impromptu weekly post-game press conferences, sometimes at the same time as the head coach. Secondly, Belichick is likely to command a premium contract at his next stop. Back in 2023, Sportico reported that Belichick was the highest-paid coach in sports with a $25 million salary. This was about $7 million more than Denver Broncos head coach Sean Payton, who was number 2 on the list. In other words, if Jones wants to make a run at Belichick, it is likely going to cost him a lot more than previous coaches like McCarthy and Jason Garrett.